So we're going to be talking about a nuclear third nerve palsy, and this is super rare, but you still need to know about it because it appears on tests all the time. So the nucleus of the third nerve lives in the dorsal midbrain. So this is the third. It's fascicle to the ganglion, the ciliary ganglion, and then to the muscles and to the iris and the lid. However, today what we're talking about is the third nerve nucleus. And the nucleus of three has a single central caudate nucleus that goes to both levators. And so what that means is if you have a nuclear third, you either get bilateral ptosis or no ptosis. The other muscles innervated by the third nerve nucleus are individual subnuclei. So you have an individual nucleus for the inferior rectus and the medial rectus and the inferior oblique and the superior oblique, the superior rectus. And the one thing about the nucleus that you need to know is the superior rectus subnucleus supplies the contralateral superior rectus muscle. So the superior rectus muscle is supplied by the contralateral subnucleus. All the other muscles are individually supplied by the ipsilateral subnucleus. And then you got the pupil subnucleus, which is the Edinger-Westphal nucleus, which is actually divided into two pieces. So you can have obligatory third nerve nuclear lesions. So what that means is if you have a third nerve palsy that is involving the contralateral superior rectus muscle and has no ptosis or bilateral ptosis, if you're going to make that a neurogenic cause and it's not myasthenia, that is an obligatory nuclear third. And there's some palsies that cannot be nuclear. So if you have a unilateral ptosis, that by definition cannot be nuclear. Or if you have just the ipsilateral superior rectus muscle, that's not nuclear. So the things you need to know about nuclear thirds: it's rare, it can cause individual muscles to be knocked out. It's unlikely to be the medial rectus muscle subnucleus because that one's so large, it's hard to ding out that whole thing. That's usually an internuclear ophthalmoplegia. If you have a third and a contralateral superior rectus palsy and bilateral or no ptosis, that is an obligatory nuclear third nerve palsy if it's neurogenic. And the pupil in the nuclear palsies is also usually bilateral because the Edinger-Westphal has got two halves, but it's very close together. So these are nuclear thirds. You need to know a little bit about the nucleus of three.